Thanks for asking if I'm muted. I was. I was muted that whole time. Once again, hello Master, hello Best, hello Bees, hello ZZ, hello Titan, hello Miss Creepy, hello Derby Cat, hello Alexis, hello KB. Ow, did you have your audio up or wearing headphones? Whoops. It would be kind of silly for me to say headphone users beware. Hello, Logic. Thanks for coming, everyone. As I thought I was saying when I thought my microphone was turned on, this is going to be a very short stream. It's just going to be me working on this for a little bit of time. But I figured I might as well do some streaming so I don't lose more of my afternoon. And there's not going to be any music because my stream last time with music I thought was copyright free was not actually copyright free. So I misread the description. So I was not able to freely share that for YouTube playback. So just to make sure this little short, quick paint 30-minute video makes it to my YouTube, it's just going to be me and my voice. Hello, finally I'm early in one of your streams. Welcome. I'm only going to be here for 30 minutes. Say hi, Eddie, the girl fan. Hello, Eddie. Hello from Brazil. Hello, Aesthetic Arts. I'm redoing my work from my vacants. It's annoying. Ah. Hello, Hugo. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing all right this Saturday. It feels like a Sunday. Probably because, you know, a 3-day weekend always feels like extra long. Always does. Use music from the YouTube library. Here's the problem. I don't like it. Why would I? The only reason I play music during my streams is for my own benefit. You know, it's a way I work. But that doesn't really mix well with streaming. A lot of the audio content I enjoy is pop music. And even non-pop music, a lot of that is copyrighted. So it makes it really tough for me to stream when I want to listen to music at the same time. But, you know, I guess what you had to do, you had to do. I tried to listen to copyright-free music, but they're not really always the best. So there's a few catchy songs that are in the playlist of like no copyright sounds and NCS. I think that's the same one. Yeah, that's the same one. You know, there's maybe some good hits there, here and there, but really it's, you know, I like music that I can remember and sing to and not just be completely random, unheard of music artists and stuff like that. I could potentially just play some Brony music, MLP originals, but eventually some of these people makes it, you know, they make it, and they license their music, even stuff they made for fandoms and stuff like that. So potentially even this stuff can be copyrighted eventually. It's a hassle. It's a hassle trying to entertain yourself while you're drawing. And you know, one way to combat the issues of boredom while drawing is interaction with the chat. So you guys talking with me helps me a whole lot. Do I have right on writing vacants? Doesn't sound right. Sounds like you're writing vaccine. What drawing program I'm using? This is Photoshop. Sometimes I like drawing this way with everything turned off. Hi, how I'm doing? I'm doing alright. You can listen to your music, but stop the recording program to record it. So you can listen to it, but not the people that's in the stream. Well, here's the second problem. I like singing to the music. So it'd be very weird if all of a sudden I'm all like, ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 ba, make my heart go bum bum bum, you know. Let's get down to business. We got one more night, you got this. We got a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. And then I changed my voice. Let's get down to business. It'll be a little weird and awkward. What if I get copyrighted just for doing a cappella of the song with no music? Oh boy, I say it's you have some good quality audio and singing ability and mimicry. If you can actually make the YouTube system think you stole the content. I spent some time today and yesterday trying to find a simpler style that I can draw and get more used to drawing lines without necessarily needing circles and shapes as a base. I think it's mostly you got to get that practice in to the point where you feel comfortable skipping a step. But sometimes it's not a good idea to skip a step here and there. Whenever I listen to music, I start whistling in the rhythm out of nowhere. That reminds me of the story of this one brony back in the day. He shared me the story at a one convention. He stated that he was riding a public bus one day, and he just unconsciously started singing the "Smile, Smile, Smile" song of Pinkie Pie, softly. And this little woman next to him like tapped on his shoulder and said, "That is a lovely song. Such good, heartwarming lyrics." He got a little embarrassed, but a little happy that he accidentally spread some cheer, some positivity, or whatever you want to call it. So that was fun. I am the type who is unafraid to start singing in public. And sometimes I even catch myself singing along with other people if they're singing songs. What is the title of the song? Business from Avicii or Heart and Rhythm, I think. I think those were the songs I was just listening to. I mean, voicing to. Nice voice you got there. Thank you. Anyways, let's get some visible changes on this drawing. I think I need to make this a little bit more centered. Yeah, there we go. This still requires some reference-based shapes, but the idea is to make it easier and faster. Yeah, that's why I started liking doing this like textured brushes out every once in a while. Like right now I swapped to a hard brush, but earlier I was using a charcoal pencil brush. It just feels like it adds like texture and details for me. And it helps me prevent from going over detail anyways. Hello bees, thank you. To draw something at a moment's notice instead of needing a sketch and just to draw. Right? There's also thumbnail sketching. Oh, I was going to share a story about me going to the gas station and I was singing to this song. So I was at one convention, or coming back from one convention. I stayed overnight at the city. I flew back into Phoenix. I went to the local gas station to get myself some snacks for the night. And this guy pulled up with his windows down, and he was blasting that Spider-Man, that Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, animated movie. I forget what it was called, and it had that what was the name of that song? Let's see. Spider-Man. Wow, Spotify, sometimes you just fail. And let's see. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's the one. That's the movie. But what was that song? Into the Spider-Verse. There's the album finally. Spotify finally loaded. It's taking forever again. Hello, Denny. Welcome. Gallows is a burb. Into the Spider-Verse. Exactly here. Sunflower by Post Malone. Anyways, so that guy started posting. That guy was blasting that song out of his car, and the gas station's doors were wide open, and he was there, the car owner, doing his checkout, and I was just singing to the song, cause you got sunflower, or whatever the lyrics was. I can't think of it at the top of my head, and he was all like pointing at me like, yeah. I love that movie, man. I'm like, yeah, me too. You take care, man. I'm like, yeah, you too. I was like instant friends with that person because of that song. Normally, me and him will just keep each other's spaces, but that song, we're all like, sunflower. It was funny. It was funny. Alright, let's finish this book. I'm not even sure if I want to keep the book green. Maybe. Alright, I'm getting a little bored working on the main character at the moment. I could pretty much be tweaking it for a long while. So instead, I'm going to be working on the book, the background here a bit. Let's get this looking nicer. Alright, there we go. Still haven't seen Spider-Verse. Pretty good movie. I watch it multiple times, and even on airplane rides. I just put it on my iPad and start watching it. What book does he read? Well, he's at the friendship school, so it's probably something related to his curriculum. I did a little silly sketch earlier where it was how to hug. I can make it that, but at the same time, this is the back of the book. That's not the front where you would normally find the title of a book. So it could be anything. I can hear my fan picking up. That's what happens when I start streaming and recording my art. Because my computer is powering my iMac screen, which is 5K, and is powering the Cintiq screen, which is 4K, and is currently streaming the content to YouTube, and is taking that 4K capture and shrinking it down to be 720 for you guys, so I can actually stream it and not lose bandwidth too much. And then also I'm screen recording this 4K content for playback in streams. I mean YouTube. So there's a lot of there's a lot of processes happening right now. Oh, and also of course, Photoshop, doing all this math in the background to put the pixels where I want it, or manipulate the pixels the way I want it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So it makes sense for my computer to start heating up. Like, I can put another source of heating up for my hardware is definitely my Cintiq. This is definitely one of the early generations of the Wacom Cintiq that is 4K. So it gets hot quite a bit. I'm curious of the next generation of Wacom Cintiqs with high resolution options. Would be better managing of heat and power, or better cooling system inside of it, so it doesn't have to kick in the fan so much. Be interesting to see what they'll come up with. I think there's already another version of Cintiqs out there now. So maybe I don't have to look so far. But I'm not in need of a new Cintiq yet. I think I can go with this one for quite a few years. I remember constantly humming a Smile song when I was working at the hospital. None of my patients understood the lyrics, so no one could judge me. Well, people can understand the song's intent sometimes. You can sing a happy song. Though sometimes there's dark songs that sounds happy, so it doesn't always work. Well, I came by to say hi, but I must leave now. Bye, Denny. I'm about to leave in 15 minutes myself. Very short stream. For a book, how about Hugging 101 for Griffins by Gabby? Well, like I said, this would be the back side of the book. If anything, it would be like a picture of the author, and it could be Gabby. Or it could be something else entirely. Hello, GG Derp Dragon, welcome. Anyone I missed? Welcome. Let's see, did I miss anyone? Don't think I did. Hello again, person's name I can't read. Let's see. Gotta go now. See y'all later. Again, I love this drawing. Keep up the good work. Thanks, bees. Did you ever think of a picture of Twilight while she makes books levitate in an epic way? I did do the Twilight Storm drawing one time, and she was being all epic then. I think there were some books flying around. Gray lines here. Hello, Storm. Did you get my email? You know, it's kind of funny. Yesterday, Storm, when I was saying goodbye to everybody, I wasn't gone right away, and you said Nini. When I noticed you were there, I was trying to figure out a time then and there, but you left right away. I'm like, oh dang. Hello, John. Yeah, it's kind of funny, John. You're like one of the few people who doesn't have an icon for your YouTube account, which, you know, normally makes it where it's hard to recognize you. But since you're like one of the few people who doesn't have an icon for their YouTube account, it makes you more recognizable somehow. It's funny how that works. So you gotta own that J. In case you guys are not aware, I am just doing a quick stream because I'm gonna do some other things this afternoon, but I figured might as well squeeze in some stream content, make it available for YouTube, which is actually incidentally making me work a little bit faster because I know I have a short amount of time. I don't have a lot of time to just dibble dabble on various different things. Don't worry, it's okay. Alright. We don't have too much time left. What else do you guys want to talk about? Oh, by the way, make sure you give this YouTube stream a like. If you're watching the YouTube playback, be sure to give it a like as well. YouTube likes. I've been losing like about 60, 70 people a month. So any help is really appreciated. And you guys being here is super appreciated. I don't know why people are leaving. Maybe they don't like the content I've been drawing. Maybe they subscribed to me a long time ago and they don't like MLP anymore, and they decide, you know, I'm not gonna be subscribed to this artist anymore. Maybe it's because I don't post much. I know some people, they do unsubscribe because lack of content. They clean up their subscriptions and everything, and they just remove people who hasn't posted for a long time. That'd be amazing if I post like a time lapse like once a week minimum, maybe 2 times a week, or the crazy amount of time like those Let's Players do, or you have something daily. Have I tried Clip Studio? I have not yet. I'm so focused on finishing the few drawings I have and my commissions that I haven't been able to dabble into other programs in a while. If anything, I would rather dabble into Corel Painter, because I would like to give my paintings a more traditional flair, make it look less digital. I'm not sure I have any insights to give you on that, to be honest. True. Don't really like MLP anymore, but it's entertaining to hear your voice. Thank you. Like a podcast. I understand people's interests move along. Man, I really need to finish that Yoshi drawing then, just to tell people, hey, stick around. I have cool fan art coming of different things potentially. I made mention of this before. Like one of my goals is to start up a Patreon and make it where it's possible for people to decide what other types of drawings besides MLP. Of course, it's going to be focused on MLP, but besides MLP, what would they like to see me draw? Maybe as a classic cartoon, maybe as a new cartoon, maybe as a video game character, maybe it's a movie series. I'm not that kind of artist that tends to make their own content, original. It bores me. It's interesting for me to say that, but to take the time to create your own world, I clap to artists who has the ability to do that and patience, because I'm not that kind of artist. I'm more of an artist that takes another person's established idea and push it forward. Like if I was working in the industry, my kind of job would actually be either like an under artist, and is that the right word? I'm not sure that's the right word. Where basically I just take what the main concept artist design is and then apply it to whatever game or TV show or movie that we're developing and make it work. That would be my job. Or I'll be a cleanup artist, and it's exactly what it sounds like, where I fit the style, where I clean up the artist's drawings to fit the established style of whatever thing we're making. Not a whole lot of call for that nowadays, because movies are done in CGI, 3D instead of 2D animations. But yeah, there's plenty of jobs out there for the digital in the industry that are not looking for someone to reinvent the wheel, but take that wheel and roll it. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure that makes sense. Did you ever try? I answered that earlier. I have not yet. I have not had the time to do that yet. Because the algorithm see you are subscribed to MLP themed channels, the algorithm starts recommending MLP when you aren't into that anymore. Probably. Be interesting if I start just saying cartoon, fan art, and stuff like that, and I start attracting other people. Clip Studio is so easy to draw in and it has an official library assets. I'm surprised there's so much people recommending me a program out of nowhere. Is there like an affiliate program that I'm not aware of? Are you guys trying to get some free brushes? I'm only kidding. It's just I find it interesting that multiple people are starting to talk about Clip Studio Paint. Did they receive a major big update that a lot of artists are praising? I'm very curious. My personal paint programs I like. I sometimes open up Sketchbook Pro for sketching, though for the life of me, I can't paint in it. It's just the method it paints it's so different than what I'm used to. While other people they take Sketchbook Pro and they're able to make illustrations like nothing. And of course on my iPad that I sometimes draw in every once in a while, Procreate, really good program. Be interesting if Procreate did YouTube ad campaigns. I'll be like, hey Procreate, I'm an artist. Give me some ad revenue and I can totally promote you guys. It fits. It fits. Way more than, say, Raid, Shadow Legends. Or NordVPN. VPNs are good, but I don't think it fits my channel. If I was like a tech channel, yeah, that makes more sense. But I'm not a tech channel. I'm an artist. This is an art channel. I recently actually got a new program mainly for animation called Krita. I have heard about that. It's like a free one, right? Sometimes I don't understand what you say because basically I speak French. Ah, I'm so sorry, and I mumble a lot. Something that comes to mind would be to see if you can mold your artwork ability to work in something else in order to expand its use. 3D modeling? That's something I don't mind doing. Not the rigging part, but the modeling part. That'd be pretty cool. I have heard of the free Krita, but doesn't sound like it's too good. I mean, free is free, but it sounds like there's other better free programs out there too. Of course, you know, I can't really say for sure unless I actually try it myself, but I'm completely comfortable with Photoshop right now, and I own it. Well, I own the subscription. It's interesting what new features that Photoshop comes out of. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't really work for digital art. Sometimes they could potentially work for digital art. Like, apparently, one of the more recent updates, it's called Sky Replacement or something like that. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You can actually replace your entire sky with a generated different sky. I never tried that with a digital painting, but it sounds intriguing. Maybe it'd be pretty cool to have that as like start as a base for your clouds and paint on top of that, because you know generated content from computers, you start seeing a pattern. Doesn't matter how good an algorithm is, you start noticing a pattern. Like, remember how like a lot of people was using lens flare for their art, and people can just tell that they use lens flare? Maybe it'll be the same thing with this replace sky feature. I wonder what will happen if I use that feature and the subject on the screen is Princess Skystar. Or is it Skyheart? You know, the princess from the MLP movie. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. Do you like Countess Coloratura? She's alright. I'll say I have like other favorite background poems, but she's alright. She had a different purpose for being in a movie cartoon. She was more of like a send-off for a writer more than anything. Pretty cool how it's based off. She's like based off of Lady Gaga. Don't really like Lady Gaga, but it's easy to tell the reference of it. My main objective this year is to do self-learning with C#, Unity, game development, and a few other things. I know you have to do some programming in 3D if you wanted to manipulate the objects to how you wanted to do sometimes. I know some programming, but it's so old that I bet I'll be starting from like scratch. It's probably not that hard to get into basic programming nowadays. There's so much tools and plugins and stuff like that for you to pretty much Lego build what you try to do, what you're trying to do. But to get into real nitty-gritty stuff and, you know, develop and build things from scratch, man, that takes some dedication, that's for sure. I wonder what's the most common used programming language in websites nowadays. I wonder if it's I wonder if it's still HTML5 and JavaScript still. I think that's what was the most common and popular back when I was learning it. I know there is the one from Apple that's open source, but that's more for programming programs than websites. But I think it has been used for websites in general as well. Forgot his name. JavaScript. Alright, so Java is still widely used. I do know that Flash is officially discontinued. So plenty of old websites, even current websites, now has a lot of outdated, unusable content now. You had to download a third-party extension or third-party player to interact with those Flash in animations or objects now. Oh, which reminds me, I need to make sure the website for my family's company is working, because I think there's some old Flash stuff on that too. Way to go, guys! 30 likes! Woo! Ibis Paint. However, I'm told that the most requested programming language in terms of getting a job is Python. Is that more for managing web servers? That sounds like a programming language that's meant for web servers. And you know, there's a lot of servers out there to manage a multitude of different things. Man, I remember pulling off pranks at my school. Just small little harmless pranks where like I copy the website code of the school, specifically the announcements page. It lists all the announcements for today, but you know, with basic knowledge of how HTML works, you can just pretty much have the HTML saved on your desktop and open up that HTML file with a web browser. Of course, you know, the HTML file you edit with the text editor and change certain announcements on it, and you'd be like poking your friend next to you. Says, "Hey, dude, like, did you hear the announcements?" "Oh yeah, I did." "Oh, did you hear the one about you?" "What? No. Well, what was the announcements about me?" "It says here that your mom is here for your with your diarrhea medicine. You better go get that medicine, dude." And sometimes they're like, "What?" They see it on the page and they think like it was announced around the whole school, and they get all confused because, you know, they're not using any medication, and why would their mother come and bring them diarrhea medicine? They don't need diarrhea medicine. And then and I point out the URL, and they notice that it's pulling from the desktop, and they're like, "You jerk!" And I do a laugh. We all laugh. I bet the announcement's a little bit more complex than that now. I bet it pulls the announcements from a server, which is a little bit different. Then again, the exact prank that I pull off is what scammers always do. They try to make people believe they get too much of a discount and they have to give back $1,000 via a gift card. Dang scammers. Hello, Yoshi! Can't wait next year and get this as a print. Next year. Oh my goodness, you're going to be waiting for a while, huh? Only 11 months and 28 more days ago. Python is great for backend as well as PHP, Ruby, and others. I heard about Ruby. Front-end DNT is handled by various JavaScript frameworks and HTML5 in general, although JS Node is quite popular too. What about learning websites? I know there was a very common one called lynda.com. I wonder if that one's still widely used around. I think there was another common one that I tend to visit a lot. It was w3schools.com or something. I know there's Skillshare. That one's more relatively fresh. I always wonder if maybe I should take a Skillshare and speed painting course by a working artist. Be interesting if I could pull this off in half the time. More cooler looking too, maybe. And the artist the artist teacher be able to correct my understanding of lighting, how I can do better better proportions, better composition, how to add things, how to remove things more efficiently. Ooh, there's an idea. I just thought of maybe taking an anatomy course of people. I have very basic knowledge, but it's very funky and very stiff. If I draw a human now, it'd be very funky and very stiff looking. Lynda is still around. There's also Udemy and Skillshare. That's right, Udemy. I think there was another one that is still around too, and I went to a seminar for it too. Quite a lot of content out there, especially for online learning. I do know that for digital art in general, there's this free website that has paid content, but the majority of it's free. Controlpaint.com. That's control as in control on your keyboard. Controlpaint.com. Plenty of topics in talking about how to do digital art. It covers Photoshop, but many of the points is easy to apply to other. It's easy to apply to other painting programs. I mean, let's be honest. Most painting programs are the same. It has layers. It has layer blend modes. That's generally the basics. There may be some unique features here and there, like brush manipulation features, special effects features or something like that, but in generally you have layers, you have blend modes. That's about the basic requirements to be able to draw in a program. Of course, brushes. That's another basic requirement. Though Photoshop is pretty good at brush manipulation and creating your own brushes. Though I bet you some drawing programs has caught up and was more intuitive on the brush making process. I think Clip Studio has vector lines that you can actually manipulate, and it still can be all bitmap, which is pretty cool. And of course, there's some third-party programs like Coolurus, Coolurus, I think, which gives you like an optional different color wheel that has multiple features for Photoshop. And there's also a third-party plugin that you can get for Photoshop. I think it's DrawScribe. Not sure. It has features to manipulate your brushstrokes, make it more smoother, or cut off lines, make edges perfect, etc. There's a lot of plugins out. There's quite a few plugins out there that can help out an artist quite a bit. And some of those are baked into other art programs. Pretty cool. I know Photoshop recently, they finally got a smoothing option. Like, so I gotta turn it on. I don't know why it's turned off right now. Oh, maybe it has to have smoothing here turned on first. Yep, I figured it out. Okay, smoothing is turned on. So I can set it to 2% smoothing, set it to pull string mode. Actually, I set it to 35%, so it's easy to tell for you guys. But you guys see that pink circle and that pink line is dragging behind my actual brushstroke. And, you know, a drag automatically smooths things out, but it's not the best way to drawing it. You also can have stroke catch up on stroke in, adjust for zoom, etc. I have it off mostly. The only time I really have it on is when I'm doing line work. But I want a little bit of smooth correction for my jitteriness. W3 schools. Ah, yeah, that I remember W3 schools. Hello, Resky. For programming, I recommend Platzi. I think it's only in Spanish, but it's great. There you go. I relearn programming and also do one of my other goals of learning Spanish more fluently. It's like I hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Jaja. Slides in. I have arrived. Hello, Knucklet. Hello, good morning. Hello, Sweet Cider. Did I miss anyone? If I missed anyone, I did not do it on purpose. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. You know, these books are very low detailed. Very, very brushy brush. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes it's better to have low detailed backgrounds because, you know, the main focus is the character in the foreground. I might smooth out a few edges here and there, but overall, I just want the basic shape of books. I can easily go in and zoom in later and correct edges and define lines and smooth out the those shades around the books a little bit better. Maybe even add like a fake language indicating different titles. Or maybe I should like go through the process of creating these fictional book titles for every single book, so someone who looks at my illustration has fun reading all the names on the books. That latter part, it may be cool, but that's a lot of books. I'm not trying to be very extravagant with this drawing. I want the main focus to be Gallus here, and just throwing details all over the image is not the intent of the drawing. Like, you know, there's some artwork out there, like they're like Renaissance quality, where the backgrounds and the buildings and stuff like that has like 1,000 different details. It's like an architecture has went through and designed every single building. You know, those kind of artwork. Yeah, that takes time. Oh boy, I'd rather just have a simple shape and you still get the same appeal out of the image. I think Renaissance drawings, while it has a wow impact, it sort of takes away the main focus of the drawing. Although the main focus of the drawing is for that wow impact. Sometimes less is more. Self-learning is hard. Yep, it's that self-discipline and applying and practicing the material and putting it into practice. Because, you know, traditional schools, they have a curriculum where they pretty much have already set in place exercises and practice and homework to help get the lesson embedded into your mind. Like the Pythagorean theorem. This wow was perfection. The wow impact was beautiful. Wow! There's this one song on my Spotify that I have in my favorites. You guys probably hear it every once in a while when I'm on Picardo. It's just, it has the song. In the song, there's a part that the background music you hear, wow! The song was pretty good on its own, but I faved it purely because of that wow moment. It was great. It was great. I loved it. The wow is the best one I have heard. Book Diamond Dogs for Idiots. Yeah. The classic Is for Idiot book series. I wonder if they're still making more books. Pandemics for Idiots. Alright, this bookshelf is looking a little better. You know, that's the key of making good backgrounds, even if it is maybe not as detailed. Some people always ask me, like, hey, how do you draw backgrounds? Well, there's a multitude of different backgrounds to draw, so it's really hard to give a good advice or tip for it. But one that really works, for sure, for any kind of background you plan to do, treat the background with the same amount of respect and detail and attention as you would with your main character. Now, of course, if the background's far away and not much of a focus of the drawing, you can get away with less detail. But, you know, don't skip on attention. That's why a lot of people has trouble with doing backgrounds. They just want to make a background, done, they're good. I mean, just think of how often you would draw just a character. Just a character. Well, why not do the Bob Ross route? I want to do this still. I need to do this myself. You know, play a Bob Ross video. You can even do it digitally. Sometimes you may even start making your own brushes to imitate what Bob Ross is doing. And start understanding how to paint landscapes in a very short and easy way in a digital format, just like Bob Ross. And you can take what you learned and apply it to your own future drawings, and you probably have a much easier time getting that concept down of getting a nice scenery going, rather than just depending on a tree brush or a grass brush or a cloud brush, which just has predefined shapes. Makes it really easy for people to tell that you just use a simple pattern brush. Now, sometimes you can really use a pattern brush in a really effective way, but usually that's meant for quick concept art, not for finished product. There's a lot you can get. You can learn from doing the Bob Ross videos. Maybe that's what I should do for next week. Maybe I'll just do a Bob Ross painting in practice and do it that way. Well, maybe not. I wonder if I'll get a copyright strike from doing a Bob Ross video on YouTube. I'll have to look into that. That would suck. It would be more fun. It would be more fun if I do it alongside with you guys. Alright. That library looks a little bit more 3D. Let's take a look at the before. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. I sort of increased the size of the resolution too. That's why I was popping in and out. Yes, they are. I have a For Idiots book on pianos. So they're still pumping it all out. That's pretty cool. What app do you use? This is Photoshop. Reach your hand into the screen, I give you a cookie. Ooh, chocolate chip. Ooh, a piece of candy. 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 Alright, there's something here. Looks like a portrait or something. I'm gonna have to look at my screen. I have to look into my Google image search history and figure out what that was. Or maybe add my own little portrait here of something else. Maybe either Twilight or Starlight or something there. My voice was hurting there a little bit, probably because of the fact I didn't expect to talk this much. And you guys didn't talk much, so it was mostly me. Whoops. Star Swirl the Bearded. Is that who it was? Heh. Neat. I can have fun with that and make it look like a Renaissance painting. Oh, that's just a guess? I'm sure he was referenced there, actually. In one of the episodes, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm feeling like a piano alone and old. Whoops, I said my emotion. That was random. Well, I talked all that I could. Quarantine got us all feeling like that. Well, considering I'm an artist that stays at the house, and I pretty much stick to myself most of the time, I don't feel it. Usually I have to make excuses to go outside. Though right now, usually I go snowboard. My ski resort is open, but there's hardly any snow right now. I wonder what they're doing in terms of the virus. I wonder if there's like only 2 per person or maybe 1 per person on the ski lift. Maybe they spaced out people in the lines maybe. Or maybe nothing at all. The ski resort is run by the I think the Navajos. I kind of feel I feel they're taking it more serious than the rest of the county actually. So they might have a lot of they might have a lot in place for safety maybe. Because in my state they got hit the hardest, unfortunately. Guys, what's your emotion? Mine is draw, 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 draw. Gallus is indeed a bird. But yeah. Look, I don't like being around people like that, so I don't mind it. Sing a song. Yes, a travel song, because you gotta go somewhere. I imagine those are lyrics in themselves. Would you imagine if I knew the lyrics to the best song in the world? Check the musical on Netflix. Do you know the Afton family? That doesn't sound familiar to me. Who is the Afton family? From Five Nights at Freddy. I never played a game. I've seen some gameplays of it, but never played it. The Afton family is a special family, a dead family. They possess a robot. Ah, I do know there's a weird robot lore with the game, so okay. What about the Afton family? Also, I hope you guys are taking notes how easy it is to draw, well, basic cartoon gems. This is not realistic in the slightest, but it gets the job done. It's the family of the purple guy. Ah, le purple. Do I have OCs? I do have OCs. There's one right now. Let me transform him around. Horizontal. Let me turn off Yoshi. And Dancing Dash. And there we go. There's one right there. Rocky Candy. Rocky. Candy Rocker. Rock Candy. There we go. William Afton is a creator of animatronics, featured in a series of games known as Five Nights at Freddy. Led to destruction of his own family. Alright. I'm not sure where you're going with this. Not my kind of genre, you know, horror. So that's why I never played it. Never got into it. I have watched those game theory videos about it. That's about it. I do know that there was also a recent one. It was like a space pizza theme or something like that. And it has a gator. I haven't heard much about it since I saw it for Game Awards or some sort of online game show announcement show or something like that. I'm not sure how popular that game was. You know, I do remember drawing a Pinkie Pie related Five Nights at Freddy's drawing, actually, now that I think about it. Spacing Gator game? Can't say I've heard that. It's not a Gator game. It's a Five Nights at Freddy that's at a pizza restaurant that is space future themed. Kind of like that Toy Story Pizza Planet. And one of the mascots is a gator. That's what I think. That's what my memory is telling me. Oh, that's not. It hasn't come out yet. Okay. Strange. I'm not finding it. I thought I thought it was uploaded somewhere, but I'm not finding it. Weird, I'm not finding it. Wonder if it was ever uploaded. Searching in my Finder right now. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Is that the name of it? Interesting. Ah, I found it. Yep, this is it. Yeah, I made this. I remember now. I think it was like based on a request or something. Ah, there's the file. Oh yeah, I remember this now. This was a 30-minute challenge. You can tell with all the little brush strokes in it. Interesting. I wonder if the original animation is still tied to this. Nope. That's like probably one of like the few moments I did anything related to horror. It's really rare for me to ever do that because it's not my favorite thing at all. I posted the name of the FNAF game above. Ah, I got it. It took me a while. I got it. Oh, I was almost done with this. That's very FNAF-esque piece of art. Surprised I couldn't find it on Derpy Burrow, or maybe I just wasn't spelling Five Nights at Freddy's right. Sorry, White Best. Links are not allowed, and also you misspelled the word and it ended up being the word a silly word. Yeah, I have links disabled. You'd be surprised how often people jump in and sharing their Instagram accounts. Right, Hugo? Want me to hide them? I'm good. Thanks for the links, White Best, but I am not interested in the Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, it got me talking, so that was a good conversation starter, but I'm good. Since it seems like you played a lot of that game, Why Best? What's your favorite out of the series? I know there was like 3, 4 of them in the series, right? I think like even some of them are on the Switch. It has a Nightmare Fuel tag. Did it have the Nightmare Five Nights at Freddy's tag at all? Maybe. It's weird that it doesn't have it. It does have a FNAF tag. Okay, that's maybe what I was. Maybe that was my mistake. I was not typing FNAF. I was spelling it out. Neat. I'm surprised how long I've been drawing. I thought I'd be done like 41 minutes ago, so my plans is being delayed a little bit. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to start wrapping up here. Oh boy. I hate not really knowing how to do this draw, the type of texture I want right. So, I'm going to be reaching my stopping point here pretty soon. So in advance, I'm just saying thanks for stopping by, everyone. It's going to be a time lapse? It is. Hopefully. Depends when I get this done, you know? When will I stream next time? Probably later tonight. If things works out, I'll be doing the flats of a commission and finish up this drawing. Maybe do some study beforehand. That doesn't work. I better go. Thank you guys so much for coming. Y'all have a good time.